Hi everybody, this is Callie again. Thanks for joining me. I am making a spotlight card today using these stars, and have been watching lots and lots of videos by other crafters, and I really wanted to try this technique, so I decided to make a video to show you how I did it. I never really plan out what I'm gonna do. I just throw things together as I'm going, but bear with me. I used a big sentiment from the Big On You kit and the stars from the little perpetual birthday calendar, and I decided I wanted to use star cutouts for my die cuts. So I picked the two smallest dies that I have, and I'm just gonna layer them together like that to use the center piece as focal points for my card. So I chose three colors, and it's Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight, and Wild Wasabi. And I just measured the larger star, and it was approximately 2.5 inches. So I decided to cut out three cardstocks of it and just stamp it tone on tone, so the same color paper with the same color ink, so that my stars don't look plain when I cut them out. So I'm just stamping them real quick and cleaning with my Stampin' scrub in between each color to make sure I don't transfer ink to the wrong ink pad. So I've done the Bermuda Bay, and now I'm doing the Wild Wasabi. Um, you could use decorative paper, I guess, but I am not one to use a whole lot of decorative paper or designer series paper, so I am just creating my own, I guess, and this is probably the best way to do it. So I have two pieces of cardstock there. My left panel is a cheaper cardstock that I just want to use as a template, and the one on the right is a 4 by 5.25 inch cardstock that I'm going to layer on a card base later. So I'm going to stamp my sentiment twice. The first one, again on the left, is just a template so that I can layer my stars on top of it to line them up and stamp where I want my sentiments or stars to go. And then the one on the right is going to be the layering card. So I just stamp it in the center. And with these photopolymer stamps, it kind of looks like the ink doesn't sit on top of it very well, but once you go to stamp it, I think the image is pretty clear. I like to use Memento black ink because I think it dries a lot faster than our Stampin' Up! Classic black ink. So now I'm just going to go cut out my stars, and when I come back, you'll see all the pieces that come out from this die. There's little stars, and then there's your negative space, and then the piece that's in between. And the three that are lower in the bottom left-hand corner there that you see is what I'm going to be using. My 5-year-old came in and stole the little stars, so I had to use punch outs later, but I'll show you in a little bit what I did. So now I'm going to take those three little stars, and I'm going to layer them on top of my template piece, and I just put them where I want them to be, and then I am going to ink up my pad one more time with that same sentiment, and I am going to stamp right over it and try to line it up as close as possible. It doesn't need to be perfect, it's just a layering template. And it does shift a little bit as I'm stamping here, but I didn't really notice, and I just went ahead and stamped right over it. So once you do that, you just take your stars, and you don't need the template sheet anymore, so I just set that aside. And you take the card front that you're going to be using and layering with, and you're going to glue these stars on top of that piece. The Stampin' Up! Dimensionals are hexagon shapes, and I didn't want to cut those up, so I decided to use some 3M tape, foam double-sided tape. And so I just cut little thin strips to put on the back of the stars, and then I line them up with the sentiment there, and gives it a little bit of pop. And I realize now too that I could have put some crystal effects or some clear lacquer on top of that to make it shiny, but I didn't think about it. I just wanted to get the card done and put it in the mail. So there's my card, and I decided to layer the back with some Daffodil Delight paper. But before I did that, like I said, I had to punch out some stars because my son took the centers out and ran off with them and I had no idea where they were. So I am just preparing my card base now, and then I'm going to glue the stars on there randomly, and then that's my card. I'm done. This was really fun to do, and I think that I will probably be doing this again. It was very easy, and I hope you all enjoyed it. I also want to say thank you to everyone who's been following my videos. I really appreciate your support as I grow and continue to learn in this process. Have a nice day.